We are going back down to Florida over at Copperhead here and around Tampa, I believe. So this is going to be a fun time. This course last year, this tournament got canceled due to COVID. It's a little bit later on in the season this year. We got 156 players. We have some elite players, but just like this tournament every year, a lot of players are sitting out. So we have to dig deep to find out who we're going to play and who we're not going to play. Like I said, 156 players, 65 and ties, back to a regular stroke play tournament, which is going to be nice. Last week was way different than the typical week. Paul Casey's won here, not once, but twice. Paul Casey, I love to play, so we'll have to see if he is the play of the day. So we have a par 71. It measures over 7,300 yards. Two of the par fives are gettable by any players. The other two, if you're a long hitter, you can get there in two. It's a less than driver course, but off the tee is crucial. And it is a Florida course, but it is a tree-lined golf course, and there's some elevation. So it's not your typical Florida course, but I'm excited to get into this. I think we can dig deep into some of these stats and find some advantages here. So let's get right into it. All right, Price, start us up. Is there anything you want to talk about before we jump on into the top range?
I mean, main thing is this is going to be a much tougher tournament than we've had the last few outings. I believe the winner's usually in single digits under par. So it's going to be a very difficult course. You're not going to see, minus 18, minus 19 winner. I believe last time it was like minus 8. So very difficult course. Still has a good field, luckily, coming off the little 2 main event last week. But I'm excited. This leads up a good next 5 weeks of golf until we get the PGA Championship.
Yeah, just to reiterate, it is a tough course. So the tour average for Eagles is 0.37 and per 72 holes, and you got 0.15 for Copperhead. It's also less on birdies, but there's not as much trouble where you get bogeys and doubles. It's just not a scoring course. There's not a lot of big numbers in play, but there's not a lot of eagle opportunities to make it up. Pricing, anything interesting on pricing before we jump in there that sticks out to y'all?
I think it's kind of weird that Paul Casey's only 10,000 at this course, personally. And that Dustin and I talked about it a little bit a second ago, that Hovland is 10.5. Kind of strange.
Yeah, I think overall the pricing's pretty tough. Just based on some of these guys that we're used to seeing in the low 8s, maybe in the 7s, kind of jumped up and are a little bit higher. So it's harder to build a lineup with some of these top guys in. And you do see a little bit of weird with Hadwin being so high, even though he's played so well. Corey Connors is way up where he should be now after playing so well for so long. So
yeah,
I think the build's going to be the toughest part, because in my early builds, I've got people I like, and then I just don't like a range, and we'll get more into that. But I think that the build's going to be the toughest part this week.
So I think one thing that I'm thinking about on this top range is, can I fade this whole range and hope that JT, DJ, Hovland and Casey don't perform and win this tournament? That's what I'm trying to go through in my head is, can I fade this whole range? Because I want to fade the whole range. I love the 9K range, but it's a risk. And do you think that's a risk that you can take, or is there one player in this range, 10K and up, that you're eyeing that you're going to play?
I'll let you go first.
I mean, for me, originally I've looked at fading the entire range. DJ hasn't been, his normal self. Obviously, see the drop. He's second highest price. Hovland hasn't been as elite as he was, a few months ago. Patrick Reed has been a little inconsistent here and there. Then you got Paul Casey, who's coming off a missed cut. So I think you can. I mean, I think, if you look down in the 9K range, there's a lot of guys there that have the firepower to win. It's going to be tough because you don't know how well these guys are going to come out and play some of these that haven't been playing as well, like a DJ, right? Do you really want to pay up 11-2 for him to finish 20th? So, yeah, I'm fine with fading the range, but I also like, Paul Casey obviously winning two years in a row. And then, but then he's coming off a missed cut. So you got to factor that in too. So it's tough.
Like Reed and Casey would be my two here. I know JT and DJ are here, but they're super expensive. And I was telling Dustin 2 years ago in this tournament is when I was cashing 5 figures with DJ to tee off, and he had a terrible round 4 for me. So still burns, still burns. But Reed has really good history here. I know he missed the cut last time out, but 3 top 7s. So I think him and Casey, who has the back-to-back wins, I think Casey will be more popular because he's a little bit cheaper, but I think Reed's still a good play here.
Yeah, I like the Reed Casey picks as well. But what really intrigues me is below in that 9K range. So that's really where I want to start my tournament off. Price, make me the case. Can you play Scotty Scheffler at 9,800 without any tournament history here? Is that a risky move on?
Yeah, you can play him.
Course?
He's an elite golfer. His game should translate to pretty much any course. He played a lot of courses for the first time last year and competed at them. I think he's one of the up-and-coming talents on tour. So I don't see any issue playing him.
So my debate internally is between Corey Connors has been playing fabulous golf. He's got a top 20 here. He's only played once. He got 16th here 2 years ago. He's 5th in my model, 5th in approach, 4th off the tee. And oh man, he's killing it on everything. I'm not really worried about bogey avoidance as much, but opportunities gained 10th. And I like his price point.
The thing with Connors and how he's been playing is his main knock is his around the green. Everywhere else he's pretty dang solid. Obviously elite iron player, and he's been putting phenomenal for the past 4 tournaments. So, or 5 tournaments, I should say. And so I think for a guy that's 9,600, he's got back-to-back top 10s and 4 top 10s in the last 5 tournaments. I don't think you can go wrong at all, especially on a course like this where off the tee matters, and he's been really good there. And then approach, which he's been elite at his whole career. So I like Connors. It's just a matter of how you're going to build your lineup, because even though he's cheaper, 9,600 is still pretty expensive for this field as far as kind of the lower end guys.
Also with Connors is like he's playing well at really big tournaments. 8th at the Masters, 7th at the Players. Arnold Palmer isn't. It's kind of been ever since he's passed away. It's been falling down in the rankings of players going to it, but got 3rd there. He's playing great golf. So I'm leaning towards starting my lineup with Corey Connors right now. What's one more player here in the 9K range that you like, Price?
Sung Jae, 9,200. He's cheap. He did well here last year. I think last time out he got 4th. So he got top 5. His iron play's been better the last couple of weeks. So I think he'll be very popular, but I think he's a really good play.
I like Abe myself.
Talk to us.
I mean, he's kind of been a little bit below Connors as far as his finishes and playing, but he's not far behind. He's been playing really well. Rates out well in all the metrics that are important here. Coming in playing really good golf. Looking back at his last 5 tournaments, 18th, 22nd, 23rd, 26th, 18th. So in pretty good form. Off the tee, he's been good at, and his approach His putting's really kind of held him back at times. So I just think that he's a guy you can get, and he should have pretty good leverage because most people will probably want to click Connors. So depending on how you're building, whether it's cash or GPP or whatever, I think you can get some decent leverage there, because I think most people will want to go up 300 and click Connors.
Am I wrong that thinking Henley should not be in the 9K range?
No, you're correct.
Like he rates out really good actually in my model, but to me this is way overpriced. That's someone I'm completely fading.
And right now he's projected 4 times the ownership as Bubba.
That's insane.
I don't get it personally.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he hasn't been terrible. I mean, obviously he missed the cut at the Players, but he was a 3rd and a 9th in his last 2 tournaments.
On early projections, he's supposed to be higher on than Paul Casey.
It's mainly because of the price point, you know.
Still.
Yeah. I don't think he's a terrible play, though.
His ownership is like a scream and sell to me, especially for a tournament. Is there a sneaky play in this 9K range? Like I'm not even gonna mention Hatton. Like I don't ever want to mention him in my mouth, but like Louis O or like Neiman's up there in the 9K range now.
I like Neiman, but obviously, my play would be Hatton.
Yeah.
See, I lean Neiman. I obviously like Answer and Connors better, but I think Neiman's a good play.
Yeah, I definitely lean Connors, and then Answer and M are a toss-up to me right now. 8K range. Dustin, start us off. Where are you at? One player you really want to play, and one guy. Let's throw in somebody that you don't want to play either.
So there's 2 guys. I'll just give you one, but
Uh-oh, he's got 2.
I got 2 guys that I'm going to have in my lineups. But
you have to go to DFS Dads to find out the other pick.
But Chris Kirk is going to be my guy that I play a ton of. I mean, 8,200, and the guy has just been phenomenal. He's just top 10ing, 3 of the last 6 tournaments. Top 20 is outside of that. Hasn't missed a cut since February, and then even before that, he was really good. Finished 2nd at the Sony in January. So I forget how many top 5s or top 10s we were looking at. Me and Price were talking about it earlier, but the guy's just been freaking solid.
It's 5 top 10s.
Yeah, and you really wouldn't think that, but his off the tee, he's gained strokes in for the past 6 tournaments. Tee to green, he's gained a ton of strokes. Approach, just 1 week where he lost strokes. So for his price point, heck yeah, sign me up. He's playing great. Kind of can fit the course as far as his game style. So I'm all in on Kirk. As far as one that I would fade from this range, probably Tringali for me. Just doesn't rate out well for me. There's other guys I like better, but Price is laughing over there. That's probably his play. We'll see.
No, Trengali's missed 3 of his 3 cuts in a row here.
Yeah, see tournament history there, bad. So yeah, those are my 2. Who do you like, Price? Who's your one play from this range?
Kokrak.
I knew it. We got a 7th and 8th and a 2nd place finish.
He's a stud. He should have won.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember on like the last hole, he hit like a chip shot like I would. And it cost him because his short game a couple years ago was trash. It's a lot better now.
You don't hit chip shots. You putt off the green.
He should have.
Yeah.
And I think and I agree the fate of Tringali. I don't think I might fade Kirk because of ownership. It looks like he's top 3 projected. And if you have a 20% on Kirk, I'm going to pass on that. I'll just drop down, play some, Kevin Na.
You mean go up 100?
Huh?
No.
Kevin Na is cheaper.
Did you mean go up 100? I know. I was talking about the other guy.
Oh. Why, you won't think Justin Rose is a better play?
No, Grillo.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'd rather go down. Kevin now rates out better for me, honestly. And he has a little bit better history here than old Grillo Pad.
We'll see. Sounds like a side bet.
Oh, if you want to lose some money.
Yeah, as long as it's not death nuts, I'm good.
Yeah, so Chris Kirk is my fade in this range. He hasn't finished higher than 42nd. Missed the cut 2 of the last 4 years. He's playing a lot better golf, but his ownership is scaring me away. So I'm going to fade him. Kokrak would be my play, but I'm actually going to lean Bubba here. Bubba has, but I have some concerns though. Bubba hasn't played since the Masters, which wasn't that long ago at
I
all.
mean, he played with
but-
Scheffler last week.
Oh, yeah, he did play with Scheffler last week, but he got fourth here in 2000 because they didn't play last year. So 2019, last time they played this course, and he got fourth. Which if Bubba likes a course, you got to watch out. And I love his price point, 8,900 for Bubba is a good move. I'm going to fade Kirk because of the ownership, and he's played 4 years and hasn't got higher than 42nd. So I'm out.
Well, Bubba missed a cut his other time he played. You sure you don't want to fade him?
But Bubba's on record saying this is a course he likes because it actually makes him play boring golf, which he said he normally doesn't like, but he gets to shape shots all different ways and have fun.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I'll take Kirk.
I'll take Palmer over Kirk.
I'd
You want to
bet.
do a bet?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of water, so I
I
like
know.
Palmer. I like Palmer as well.
Well,
I think he's a sneaky good play in the 8K range. That's not going to be very popular.
I agree.
He's only finished 42nd and 28th though.
Okay.
He's playing good golf though.
I'm being facetious here, giving you.
I know.
I'm trying to.
You're about to lose a hot chip challenge over it.
Reasoning against you.
There goes another hot chip challenge. At least you can maybe put some money in your boy Sammy Burns in the 7K range.
Who do you talk to when you say your boy?
Yeah, that's your boy.
I know. I'm just trying to bait you on to maybe liking him.
No, not happening.
Pass.
All right. Well,
I'll take Kegel over Burnsies.
well, no, duh. He's a beast.
It's like 4 or 5 top 30s in a row.
Exactly.
Well, you ask me a guy and they're the same price. I'm gonna tell you the one I like.
They're not the same price,
Burns and Bradley are both 7,900.
perhaps, but mentally they're not the same price.
Chris has been drinking that dad juice over there.
Yeah. No, I like Bradley too. I'm not on Burns. His around the green game sucks, and he's too up and down for me. I play him way too much. I don't even want to look at him, especially like you said, Bradley. He's 9th in my model, 3rd on approach. He is 11th on proximity 150, 175. And also 175 to 200, he's good. And the par threes, there's not a short par 3 out here. It's 174 yards is the shortest par 3. So I like Bradley. I like his game. I like his ball striking. I like his price because there's some top dogs out here playing, but there's some weak guys. And so 7,900 is a pretty good price.
Him and Glover at 7,700 is really nice too.
Yeah.
He's been playing pretty good the last couple times out. And then Adam Hadwin, who I remember using him last time when he missed the cut after coming off a 1st and a 12th. It's not very many courses Adam Hadwin can win at, and this is one of them. So that kind of tells you it's as long as you're decent off the tee, good with your irons, and good around the green, you have a chance to win here. And speaking of good short games, Denny McCarthy at 7,500. That dude gets his irons going. He's lights out with that putter.
Got 9th here last year too.
Ooh, and then Chris's boy, Brett Sneddy.
Meds.
I'll tell you what, man. Burns has a good history here. I'm talking myself back into it. Here's the
there's-
12th and the 30th.
I'll give you a head-to-head. I'll take a Euro guy. I'll take Sam Horsfield against Sam Burns. Battle of the Sams.
All right, $10.
All right.
I'll Venmo it up front because I know I already lost.
I mean, Burns has history here. Horsfield's never played here.
Yeah, well, doesn't mean
Yeah.
anything.
You didn't tell me Hoagie missed every cut here, Price.
Oh, I didn't know he had.
Yeah, me either.
Just 3 cuts. No big deal.
Yeah, 4 times the charm.
Yeah.
That's a guy it's kind of a one of those deals where he rates out really well for me. Has been playing really good golf, and then you go and it's like, how much do you factor that in, right, for a 7K guy? So it's like, does his recent form and how he's been playing outweigh those 3 missed cuts? And that's kind of where you got to figure out with some of these lower end guys, because I loved him until I just read that. Now I'm having my doubts.
What do y'all think about a guy? We've played a little bit. Great putter, Denny McCarthy.
You just talked about him.
When?
You must be heavy on the dad shoes.
No way. You
He
did not
said-
talk about him.
Lead short. If he gets his irons going, there's no stopping him.
Bro, his irons are going. Look at his history the last few tournaments.
I literally said he finished 9th here last year.
I missed that whole conversation.
You must have been too focused.
I was focused in on McCarthy stats, man.
You were focused on Sam Burns.
I was kind of focused on Sam Burns. When I saw his tournament history, I was
To talk on Hoagie. So he's missed a cut here. He also had missed a cut the last 3 years at the RBC and the last 2 years at the Valero, and he finished 12th and 25th at those 2 tournaments.
There you go. Price talking me back into Hoagie. I like it.
So just saying.
I know.
Just because he's missed a cut a bunch doesn't mean he's a completely different player than he was 2 years ago,
Yeah. I agree.
But I do like Denny. To go back to the guy we talked about a few minutes ago when Chris wasn't listening to us. Hey, dude, dad brain, right?
Yeah.
Brian.
I think like ZJ is an interesting one.
I knew he was going to bring up Burns. You were going to bring up ZJ.
No, I don't want to click him because there's really no reason to in my mind, but he's got good course history. He'll probably make the cut. It's just like
Less than driver course, yada yada.
these things.
What
like-
about
Better than ZJ this week.
our boy Naismith? Did you mention him too?
No, haven't.
Oh,
But I
thank
like
goodness. But look,
Oh.
7th on par 5s, proximity 150 to 175, 8th. His approach, he's 4th in my model, ranked 16th in my model at 7,100. It's a bargain, isn't it?
I like him. I don't have anything against him this week. That's for sure.
Minus his putter.
Well,
I would rather play Patton Kazire for 100 more, to be honest.
I mean, I don't want you to lie. Why are you being honest?
It's my job every day for my 9 to 5. No, but I like
what-
Sabs better.
what do y'all think about Patton Kazire?
Oh, I was just thinking he rates out pretty well.
Yeah, I do. I like Sabs. For me, the order would be Sabs, Naismith, and then Kazire. But that's just me.
All
But I
right,
do
plugging
like Sabs.
Kazire into my main.
What is Price? What's your top 3 in this range? Price doesn't matter.
In the whole 7K range?
Yeah, your top 3. Here are your top 3 picks.
Big range.
It's a very big range. Keegan 1. Ooh.
Glover.
I don't know about Glover being number 2 play. I mean, he is pretty solid, but yeah, I'd say Glover overall probably number 2. And I think I'm with Dustin on Zach Johnson for the 3rd spot.
CJ.
He just rates out really solid. I mean, he's like when you think of a Zach Johnson, you think of like a difficult course that requires to be accurate. You don't have to be super long. This is like a Zach Johnson course.
Yeah. Why is Phil playing? Why is old man Phil playing this tournament?
Oh, just to make some money, I think.
Yeah.
Free golf.
Yeah, that's true. Like, if you ever question like, hey, why are you guys here playing? Well, I'm playing golf today. What are you doing?
In for the sponsorship.
Good point. Good point, Phil. Good point.
The swag bag.
Hit bombs, baby.
Hit bombs. All right, let's finish this up. The 6K range in a quick manner. There is a ton in the 6K range.
Ton of crap.
Oh, Chris's boy right there, 6,800.
Which one? Stanley?
I got a lot in this range. I got Richie at 69. I got Stanley at 68. Case Lee, Putnam,
Ches.
yeah, Sam Ryder.
Ooh. Richie's had a rough go here.
I forgot RCB even played golf.
All these guys.
Crazy.
I know there's a lot of guys we like to play that are in this range.
Yeah, there's a ton.
Oh my gosh, there's so many. Got Han, Warinsky, Ryan Moore.
Chris's boy, Will Gordon. 6,400.
Yeah, Will Gordon has screwed me way too many times.
Ryan Armour probably not a bad play here. I mean, this is kind of like how you're talking about with Zach Johnson. Armour just short in the middle. And if his putter gets going, he's going to do well. Yep. Austin Cook's another cheapie. That's 2 made cuts here, including a top 10.
I would say Ches, but he burned me. He's been playing terrible. He's just been... Don't click him.
Don't do it.
Sep?
I don't know if this is a good setup for him.
Yeah, I agree. He hasn't been playing terrible, but somehow he lost strokes everywhere at the RBC.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Except for off the tee, which is important here. So yeah, this is why I don't like this range when I was talking about the builds earlier. There's no guy I can just click on and feel real good about. Just say, they're gonna be fine, they're gonna make a cut. It's just ugh.
I think it's Luke Donald who's done very well here back in the day.
Luke Donald.
I'm pretty sure it's him who won a handful.
I mean, Scott Stallings has decent course history the last 3 years. Who else here? You said Ryan Armour, right, earlier?
Mm-hmm.
Jamie Lovemark, 37, 27, 16th.
Lovemark's been so bad.
I know. He had a good stretch there for a while, too. Just fell off a cliff. Yeah, Luke Donald got 9th last year.
I swear there's a tournament he won a shit ton at. And I think this is it.
Your boy Zhang's min priced.
No.
That's like we rode him at the right time for the right amount of tournaments, that one little stretch. And he's been poo-poo ever since.
We literally got off him and he was done. Right when we got so lucky that we didn't play him a tournament too soon or too less or two more. We got so lucky with that.
I know.
We rode the hell out of him though.
Yeah, we did. Zhang. All right, any final words here? Any diamonds in the rough?
Play Camilo Villegas.
The Spider?
I think looking
his
at this
last 4 tournaments, he has 3 top 25s.
Well, what's his price?
67.
Like 60.
It's cheap.
200. This is why I want to fade the big boys. Take my chances that DJ and JT don't win the tournament, so I don't have to play my Sam Ryder type of players. So that's where I'm at with this 6,000 range, to be honest with you. There's just so many of them.
I know.
And it doesn't seem like any of them is really mispriced that somehow fell down here. Except, Kyle Stanley.
Three missed cuts in last 4 events. Man, awesome.
Well,
Never won in Chris's heart.
you might wake up Thursday morning feeling good. Just never know. All right. Y'all have a good night. We're out.